The subject of my research project is the Boston Marathon bombing. Throughout my research project, we will be looking at a breakdown of time of events and reasoning behind why the two gentlemen decided to attack these patrons. Throughout my report, there's many checks and balances on what first responders did properly compared to what they did improperly. Some things that they touch on is the Watertown Police Department had not been properly trained with their assault weapons and could not disengage them from their holsters in their vehicles. This became an issue during a shootout with the two suspects in Watertown. The next few things that come up are during the actual attack, one being the lack of triage equipment at the event. This is sort of understandable considering they were not expecting, nor were they prepared for a mass attack. On that note, there are many pluses to what they did. They were able to properly respond to those injured from the blast, treat them for their wounds to get them sent to the hospital. The response of the Boston police was excellent. It kept and saved several lives. During the investigation and manhunt, there are several points where the terrorists have slipped up, and the research paper points out these points of using IEDs that were very easy to track. Another thing being that the one suspect kept most of his bomb equipment in a locker in his dorm room. The next thing that I'd like to bring up about the paper is the series of events that led up to the attack. One being the bombers believed that 9/11 was a cover-up to blame Islamic people. This led to their hatred of the United States. All of my information is based out of facts found in reports and after incident report for this specific event. The next thing that comes up is how excellent the hospitals were at taking in hundreds of patients in a short period of time. Although they did not have the proper staffing at the start of the event, they were able to call in extra staffing to level out the playing field between death and injury. Everyone who was transported in an ambulance went home eventually. This is a great sign of experience in these hospitals. Many hospitals could not handle an influx of patients this strong. And the final thing is the final section of the manhunt. We have a few more incidents of improper use of firearms. The Watertown Police Department and several other responding units to the suspect in the boat. When they arrived and saw a slight movement, they opened fire on the boat. without orders to fire and continued firing until someone ordered a ceasefire. This led to a standoff that lasted 4 or 5 hours. All of my information, again, is based off of the after incident report and other backed reports about the event.